It's time for Brutal V-Rising. If you've finished this game before, then the Brutal difficulty setting might be just for you. Today, we're starting off by fighting all the bosses in Act 1. Let's dive right into it. Did you ever die to the Alpha Wolf when you first started playing? You might get to do that again. They hit harder, their attacks are faster, but more importantly, they have a new pounce attack that you have to watch out for. That's pretty much it. As the first boss, they can't go too far with it just yet. Here it comes, watch out. If he hits you with it, he'll gnaw on you for lots of damage. Make sure to save your Veil of Shadow to avoid it, or Blood Right to counter it. Rufus's attacks are mostly the same. He has better aim with his crossbow though. He can now shoot towards where you're going. When he summons bandits to his aid, they now include 2 archers instead of 2 woodcutters. Now there's more arrows to dodge. Keely has 2 upgrades to her attacks. When she shoots her frost arrows, she now fires 5 arrows instead of 3. Make sure to use the environment or your counterattacks to avoid them. When she stealths, she now tries to reappear next to you with an ice explosion. Save your Veil of Shadow for this moment. She'll attack your shade instead. After saying freeze, she now shoots 2 waves of arrows into the sky.
Freeze!
I'll just handle you myself.
Errol the Stonebreaker's major attacks now leave chaos flames on the floor. At this level, Chaos flames can potentially take off half your life, so avoid it the best you can. The flames don't actually kill you, but it's not safe to run around with 1 hit point. When he slams his hammer, he follows your lead and tries to attack where you're going. If you notice, I'm using this to my advantage, and I'm tricking him into slamming way off to the side. Grayson the Armourer now throws 5 hammers instead of 3 when he tries to pull you in. His only other change is that when he summons help, he now summons the stronger type of the archers. If he was easy to you before, then he'll be easy this time as well.
You can't stop me! Hammer you out! I've got the tool for the job! Hammer you out! Gonna hammer you out! Hammer you out! Hammer you out! You can't stop me! Hammer you out! I've got the tool for the job! Hammer you out! You can't stop me! Hammer you out!
When Goreswine the Ravager casts his bone explosions, it now breaks into smaller explosions, and those leave poisonous clouds on the ground. His corrupted skull also has a little wave to it, making it a little bit harder to predict its movements. He also gains a new ability where he drops 3 bone explosions in a row beneath your feet. They also leave behind poison, and he targets where you're going, so be quick on your feet. With all the poison clouds, make sure to fight him in an open space. It gets pretty crowded quickly. When Lidia shoots her bow, she shoots faster, and she shoots 5 times instead of 3. Be extra cautious with her. Like with Errol the Stonebreaker, Chaos Flames can do a lot of damage over time. Lidia also gains a new ability. When she says, "It's time to take a chance," she fires a large chaos arrow into the air. It hits a large area, so it can sometimes be difficult to dodge, especially with all the chaos flames everywhere.
Time to take a chance!
When she says, "Think on your feet,"
Think on your feet!
that ability is a lot faster and shoots more chaos arrows.
Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. No luck, eh?
I'll bet you like a real nice.
At the start of the fight, Clive is pretty much the same. However, after a little bit, he gains a new Sticky Bomb ability. If he throws a bomb at you and it hits, it will ignite after 4 seconds. This ability is actually a lot more devastating when playing multiplayer, since the resulting explosion can hit everyone else. You can, however, see when it's coming. When he throws bombs everywhere, he usually walks around aimlessly. However, if he wants to use a sticky bomb, he'll be walking straight towards you. When Polora shoots her spectral wolves, she now shoots 3 in a row. Wait until after the 3rd before you start your attack. When she shoots her spirit bolts, she now shoots them in all directions instead of just shooting 3 towards you. When she summons her spirits, she now summons 2 of them to help. In this fight, you can get quickly overwhelmed. I recommend bringing area of effect abilities that will help kill off her spirits quickly. It's easy to manage Polora if you're fighting her on her own. Here's a clip of my first death. It took 3 attempts to kill her. I originally tried bringing a counterattack spell, but blocking the occasional attack isn't enough. Finn the Fisherman is mostly the same, with one big change you'll see in a moment.
weapons are nothing against my rod! I'm one with the water! I'm gonna blow!
By the way, someone commented that you can push the pufferfish into Finn and stun him. It's a little tricky, but if your positioning is right, it works.
There's nothing I can't catch! Rod and reel, summon the swarm! Your weapons are nothing against my rod!
When you get him close to 50%, he summons a large serpent. It has 2 attacks. It bites 3 times in a row, which is hard to evade unless you keep yourself moving or use a counterattack. It also has an ability where it vomits up 4 piranhas into the area. As long as this serpent is alive, you're going to be fighting a lot of fish in this encounter. You could try to defeat Finn first, but I personally found it easier to deal with the serpent directly. Once the serpent was dead, Finn is actually easier than in normal mode, since he doesn't summon extra serpents ever again.
I'm one with the water! Hope you're hungry! I'm gonna need both hands for this! Watch out for this sea man! Let me show you a fishing trick! Watch out for this sea man! Let's grab a bite! Watch out for this sea man! Let me show you a fishing trick! I'm gonna need both hands for this! I'm one with the water! Let's grab a bite! Your weapons are nothing against my rod! I'm one with the water! I'm gonna blow! My expertise with the rod is unmatched! Death is more peaceful than this life!
When fighting Kodia, the ferocious bear, rocks will now fall randomly from the ceiling. When they roar into a rage, they now summon another bear to assist them in the fight. This bear has a decent amount of hit points, but I find it easier to deal with them quickly before focusing on Kodia again.
Another specimen has volunteered itself for the experiment.
Nicholaus has only 2 small additions. When he teleports, he now shoots a wave of skulls when he reappears. This means you can't immediately start attacking him the second he's back. When he says, "Your bones will be mine," he now summons 5 circles of skulls instead of 3. It might crowd the area with projectiles, but if you can find a safe spot, you can just keep shooting him with your weapons while he's busy shooting skulls that won't hit you.
Let's test that meat first.
Quincey the Bandit King has 3 changes to be aware of. In addition to his damage buff and attack speed, he might be a challenge for quite a few people. Firstly, his shield charge now leaves behind chaos flames in its trail. This really isn't that dangerous until you get to the part where he charges at you 3 times in a row.
Show me what you've got!
When he summons a bandit to his aid, he now summons the tougher spear user to help him instead of the trapper that throws nets.
Rise to the challenge!
After a while in the fight, he gains the new ability to throw an axe at you. He throws it in a straight line, but with chaos flames everywhere, it can be hard to dodge. Keep in mind to be extra careful with his chaos barrier. It does a lot of damage in Brutal, so make sure to keep an eye out for it when he uses it.
Show me what you've got! A rousing battle! Show me what you've got! Show me what you've got! Rise to the challenge! A rousing battle! Show me what you've got! Show me what you've got! A rousing battle! Show me what you've got! A rousing battle! Show me what you've got! No! Go ahead. It's what I would do.
If you've been keeping track, you might be thinking that I missed one. That's because I find that this next boss is going to have you saying, "That was brutal." Nibbles the Putrid Rat got a huge upgrade, and I'm going to show you 3 ways to help beat him. What's different about Nibbles is that the explosion they do when they shake is now an instant cast. You can't counter it. It hits for a ton of damage at this level, and it has a slightly shorter cooldown than your Veil of Shadow. While fighting Nibbles, you have to keep track of time inside your head and be ready to avoid the blast in advance. During the fight, try to stay far away at all times, and if you can, keep your health high. I'm using the best gear Act 1 can provide. I also focus on healing skills since I found a nice jewel that buffs my blood bolt a lot. I might be making this look easy, but I fought them about 10 times before this. Probably what helped me the most this time was building this massive arena in my castle to fight them with. For this second fight, I'm going with a more unholy approach. The skeletons summoned from using Corrupted Skull can help distract him, allowing me to focus on damage while the skeletons try to take hits from the explosion. This fight was around 30 seconds shorter than the first one I just showed you. If you're still having trouble, then I recommend this third method. Get some servants, gear them up, and have them tank Nibbles while you focus on your ranged abilities. They can do a lot more damage and tank a lot more hits than your skeletons. Depending on which servants you use and how much you've geared them up, they might only live for about 10 seconds if they have the rat's full attention. I have 3 servants, all at level 37, and they're doing pretty well here. Only one ended up dying at the end. At this point in the game, it's possible to have up to 5 servants helping you at this point. However, you need greater blood essences, which are made from rare unsullied hearts, to even build servant coffins in the first place. It all depends on how much extra time you're willing to spend on this strategy. If you are using servants, I highly recommend the larger and more advanced bandits that you can find in the area. The larger ones like rogues, spearmen, warriors, or archers is what I would look out for. That's it for Act 1. Next time we'll take on some of the bosses from Act 2 and just see how many of you rage quit by then. Until then, bloodsuckers, good night.